Hello, my name is Tamara Todd and welcome back to my channel. Every week I release a new beauty video and this week is no exception. So if you're new to my channel, then hit that subscribe button. This week, me and my beautiful Madagascarian beauty Mellyna are going to show you how to create this sultry cat eye makeup look. As usual, I'm adding all of the products that I've used in this video in the description box below. I'm starting molding my complexion by using NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation, which is one of my absolute favorites, especially when working with the deeper skin tones. This foundation has many different shades, and for Mellyna here I'm mixing Tahoe and Murray just to mimic her natural skin's undertone. And the same for the concealer. Mellyna has a lot of red pigment in her skin's undertone, so as I couldn't find just one shade to mimic it perfectly, I decided to mix these two concealers together. One is from Tarte and also from Armani Luminous Silk. These two concealers mixed in perfectly together and also gave me that desired highlighter shade, which you see me applying underneath the eyes and in the middle parts of the face for that subtle kind of a highlight. And to contour the face, I am using the deeper shade of the NARS foundation in the color Zambia, and that will act as a contouring shade underneath the cheekbones. Now I need to set all of the creams with the powders, and here I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder, and I'm mixing two shades together as I feel like one medium shade is too light and the deep shade is too dark, and I don't want to cancel all of the highlighting that I've already created. And I'm finishing the complexion by using Cashmere Powder Blush in the color Semi Formal from the brand Limbos, which is also really pigmented. I'm currently liking those a lot. Next, I'm going to gel the brows, and of course I'm using one of my favorite brow gels from Schwarzkopf, Got to Be. You guys know I use it all the time. And Mellyna's brows are pretty perfect as they are. There is not much that I need to do, but I definitely want to comb some brow gel through to keep the hairs in place. And while the brows are drying, I'm moving on to the eyes, and for the eyeshadow I chose Armani's Eyes to Kill eyeshadow in the shade Stellar. This is a slightly pink shimmery kind of gel eyeshadow. On someone fairer this would look really pink, but on Mellyna's undertone it actually looked a little bit more with a silver undertone. And as this video is coming out during the Halloween weekend, feel free to use this video as an inspiration as your base makeup for any further creative work. Now I'm applying bronzy eyeshadow from Pat McGrath's palette, and I'm taking it all the way up to the brow. This will be a beautiful transition in between the brow and the shimmery eyeshadow. Now onto the main focal point of this look, and I start to mold the cat liner. So first I need to tightline, and for this I'm using the angled brush and gel liner from the brand Inglot, and I'm very gently packing the color on all the waterline on the bottom and the top eyelid. And there are two ways how I could create this cat line look, and honestly I feel like I have chosen the hardest one. I decided to make the outline of the line first and then to fill everything in, which I thought will be easier point, but I miscalculated one thing: the symmetry. It was one of the hardest ways of drawing the symmetrical liner on each side, especially sitting Mellyna in front of all the lights, the camera, and I could move her just as I would if I didn't have all the equipment around us. Nevertheless, I did manage to even out all of the eyes before I went on and filled in the liner. This did take me a few goes, and I was really careful and kind of step by step checking each line that I've created just to make sure that everything is symmetrical on one side and on the other side. Once I was finally happy with each hollow shape, I then went on and filled it in. So that was the quickest part as the shape was already created, and that was my goal, which I thought will be much easier to achieve. But honestly, I think next time I'm just going to be drawing as I normally would the liner and kind of thickening up as I go along. I feel like this would have been a little bit easier way, but I wanted to show you something a little different, and I'm being really honest with the whole process of this look. And here I'm filling in all of the gaps and packing the color in the lash line as well. I need to make sure that all around the eye area is covered in a very dense liner, so everything looks super cool and sultry. And I'm also popping a few individual lashes, and some places I actually double stitched them, so I wanted the eye to be quite big and fluffy. So this is what I'm doing now, and once I applied the lashes, I am kind of letting them set and dry. So now I also can fill in the eyebrows, and I'm using NYX brow pen, the shade black, and I'm only filling in the parts where kind of hairs are missing. So I don't need the blocky brow. I want the brow to be really natural, so I kind of draw the missing hair strokes, if that makes sense. And by the time the brows are done, the lashes are also ready to be coated in the mascara. And for mascara, I'm currently using Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Panoramic Mascara, which I am applying with a fan brush very generously. I want the lashes to be a continuation of this strong sultry cat eye look, so I want them big and fluffy. So I'm very generous with the mascara on both top and bottom lashes. And the final part of this look is going to be lips, but lips are going to be quite neutral. So I chose this pencil from Charlotte Tilbury, is Pillow Talk Intense, and I am lining Mellyna's lips all over, but I don't fill them in with the same shade. As for the inner part of the lips, I wanted to use a lighter shade, and this one also is from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Runway Royalty. This is my new lipstick, which I haven't used before, but I love this nude color, and I feel like it suits Mellyna's complexion really well, especially when the lips are lined with a deeper shade of the brown liner around. And now I need to finish off the look by preparing the body. And for this I'm using NYX Dry Oil, which I'm lightly applying all over the chest, the ears and the neck area. This product is quite oily and also very reflective, so you only need a very sheer layer of it. And once I've done the skin on the body, I realized that the face looks a little bit too matte compared to the rest of the body. So I decided to spray the face with a Bronzolite finishing spray from MAC. And here is my before and after. I personally am in love with how this look has turned out. It has a slight darkness to it and yet the sultriness, and we have added a little styling in the shape of gloves. And I just feel like this is such a beautiful beauty look that we have created with Mellyna today. Let me know what you think, guys. Alright, for now, thank you once again, and I see you on my next one.